So the amount of progress I was making towards bringing in the biggest road and the best dope was fucking slow. Like, really fucking slow. In fact, I was making no progress at all, really. I just couldn't fucking get anything together, you know. And then suddenly, right out of the blue, I suppose like what must have happened really to Saul on his way to Damascus. I don't mean just an identity change, though. I mean, it's the word revelation. Revelation, right? In one split second, I became instantly, immediately, completely rehabilitated. Completely rehabilitated. In one split second. $100,000 check from the publishers to write a book. Now, imagine the conversation. Howard, here's $100,000 check. Never had any interest in anyone else's money, fucking hell. If we give it to you, if we give it to you, do you promise? Well, I fucking promised anything. I just come out and nick. I promised, but forget. If we give it to you, do you promise to write a book within the next year? Yeah, I promise to write a book within the next year. Got the $100,000 check, right? Spunked the lot up. Spunked the lot up within about 3 months. Write in a fucking word. Without even thinking about it, you know. Spend the fucking money, like, I mean. $100,000 was the normal budget for 3 months hedonism and consumerism in the old days. I must have thought I'd time flipped back into there. I'd all that prison shit was just a fucking dream, you know. Spent the fucking lot. Then spent the next 9 months in what I can only refer to, looking back, as relative abject poverty.
Oh.
9
Liverpool!
months. Huh?
Where, Liverpool, where are you?
What? Are you a first time ever there? 9 months in relative abject poverty, right in Mr. Nice, which to my continuous astonishment became a bestseller. Now, I'm not just being humble, you know, or anything like that. When I wrote Mr. Nice, I thought I was writing it for fellow geriatrics. Okay? Give them a sense of nostalgia, right? Try to inject some glamour into their shit-ridden lives.
Aww.
None of those cunts bought it. But the kids did. Now, I'm not suggesting that having the wrong target audience in mind is the way to write a book, okay? But that's what I fucking did. I had entirely the wrong target audience in mind, okay? And it became a bestseller, right? It's total astonishment, continuous astonishment. Again, got a little bit worried. No, I got to miss it. Could be due to all sorts of reasons. Became a bestseller. Now see, when an author signs a contract for doing a book, and this was the first fucking contract I'd ever signed. I mean, obviously in the old game you don't sign contracts, you know. You sort of sign a bit of paper, what are you going to do if the other one fucks you? If you think the other one's going to fuck you, you don't do the deal, right? You want to fucking talk about it, you know. I signed a contract for the first time. And there were 1 or 2 clauses in there, as there usually is in a book contract, obliging the author, right, to help promote and publicize the book that he or she has written and which the publishers have paid for. Seems quite a reasonable request, you know. I didn't mind signing, yeah. I'll do that. Okay, I gotta tell you what I'm worried about. See, normally when I'm this far into a show, I can usually see something. And I can't see a fucking thing. It's not the bright lights. I'm so used to being interrogated as a fucking joke. You know? I think it's actually because I'm completely fucking wanker. But then, you know, could you imagine appearing on a Liverpool stage straight? Fucking disrespect. I will fucking do that to you, I promise. But what I'm worried about is that there might be some fucking authors here, right? Because a lot of literature churns itself out from Liverpool, and I'm worried that there might be some authors here. So I'm just going to ask, are there any authors here?
Producer, yeah.
Is that a no? Oh, thank fuck for that. Any police here? No, they are right. If they hear, they're at least making a fucking step in the wrong direction. Or the right direction. I fucking hope there's some cops here. No, I mean, they're either as punters, in which case they pay down a good time and they're on the other side. Or they're here plain clothes. Go on a fucking day, yeah. And always carrying motherfuckers. What if there was a cop who was also an author? Just trying to think of someone who might be avoiding the basically, authors, right, are a complete set of arrogant twats. Because their heads so much stuck up their asses, you can see them when you look down their tonsils, right? They're fucking horrible breed of people. Okay? And when faced with, like I said, what seems to me a reasonable request, you know, to help promote and publicize the book that the publishers paid for, because the author has written, they would say things like, oh, I don't actually see the need to promote and publicize my work. Surely its literary merit and creative output can speak for themselves. I couldn't begin to take that fucking chance. For a fucking second. Alright, I'll promote the arse out of it. Now, promotion traditionally takes the format of the author reading an extract from what the author's written out loud in a bookshop. I don't know if any of you have ever had the misfortune to attend any of those events. Very sterile, very clinical, lacking in entertainment, boring, shite wine, served in the middle of the day by tired booksellers just itching the fuck to get out of there and on with some normal kind of life, you know. And see, just spare a thought, just briefly, for the poor author, right? One thing for 100% fucking sure is that the author did not write a single sentence of his book thinking he would have to read it out loud in a bookshop. Never fucking occurred to him, right? Thought maybe someone might read it on a beach in Ibiza or on a long transatlantic flight, or trying to settle the mind when you're worried about doing a whitey or possibly falling to sleep in a dance, or, you know, a mixture of all three. You want to not, but you have to read it out loud in a bookshop. So they probably shite at it, right? Because they haven't given, if there is an art, a technique to reading out loud in a bookshop, those authors definitely haven't got it because they've never thought they're going to have to do it, right? So they're about to do something they probably shite at, with material written specifically for precisely a different purpose, against the background of all the competition. Everyone else's book doesn't even make commercial sense. right? It fucking stinks. Understandably, quite a few authors began to get the arse in, right, with this means of promoting their books. Thinking in particular of Irving Welsh, Nick Cave, Roddy Doyle. They started doing readings in pubs, clubs, rather any venue really, other than a fucking bookshop. And I knew the three of them, and I thought, yeah, I'll get on that fucking bandwagon. Right? So I got on that fucking bandwagon. Unfortunately, of course, some of the arsehole authors also got on the bandwagon. And they behaved so fucking obnoxiously, yeah. I mean, so I just got a drink again. Oh, that's better. And they would say things, right? Because put yourself in the position of a poor landlord, right? Who has given over his night to some fucking monkey author to do a reading. Now, every night, that landlord makes a decent living for himself and his family by selling booze to binge drinkers, right? Fuck all wrong with it. Can't fault it, right? Fuck all wrong with that. And he's prepared to risk sacrifice, really. A night's certain business, a night's sure income, prepared to sacrifice that in order to help in the continuous struggle of bringing culture to the masses of his local community. Right? These arsehole authors would say things like, landlord, please, no cash registers ringing if you don't mind while I'm reading from my work. Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. Alright, maybe you're lucky. I quite like the sound of cash registers ringing. Seems like a pleasant noise to me, you know. It's indicative of at least two good things happening. Money's moving, rather than amassing itself in one amorphous miasma of muck. People are getting bladdered, which, you know, when you perform off your fucking tits like me, it's quite important, you know. The audience is also off their fucking heads and something, just for bonding. I mean, it makes my job easier than people are fucking assholes, you know. I can see there's a bar here. Please don't feel the least bit fucking inhibited, just get as fucked up as you can. There's no obligation to listen to anything I say as fucking literature profound or important, just get off your fucking tits. I'm really happy with that. So, like I said, I got on the bandwagon, got on the stage, fucking hell. There's more facilities here than in the fucking bookshop. There's even a sound system here. Maybe I could drop in some tunes. Maybe I could have long stoned conversations with disembodied voices. Projector here, some pictures, some videos. Enhanced it even further, right, by getting clowns and midgets and animals to jump up on the fucking stage. I'd be chain smoking spliffs, so I could hardly fucking stand. Anything to make it more rock and roll, more hardcore, more entertaining, right? I'm determined, I was quite disciplined about it. I was determined, right, not to make the same mistake I heard these fucking authors do in bookshops. You've probably been to one, I don't like to admit it, right? The author would come on. Now I'd like to read from pages 75 to 79 of my book, in which I describe and to some extent analyze the abuse I received as a young child. How I took those deep inner journeys into myself to overcome my psychological blocks, to understand my neurosis, to find the real me, and to be myself. Fuck off.